Hi everyone, Mal here from Jacka Industries, and today we're going to be installing the Jackamast into this 2013 Jayco camper. These are a significant upgrade to the current 3-stage mast in the campers. If you are looking to buy a kit, thanks for your interest, and if you've just bought a kit and you're about to put it in, let's get stuck into it. Now we'll do a familiarization run of the actual Jackamast. On the outside here, we have the lower section with the 2 mount holes at the bottom here that the lower mounting plate will secure to. Next, we have the central section, which slides up and down. And then we have the upper section up here, which also slides inside the central section. What you'll notice at the top here is our roof mount bolt point, a solid block, but also up here, we have our roof height adjustment mechanism, which we can rotate to adjust the final height of our camper trailer roof. So now we're up to the removal of your old Jayco masts. A big safety feature here, please make sure you only do 1 mast at a time. Having all 4 on blocks is a risk to yourself and to your camper. Once we're safe and we can move on, we can start to take some measurements of the roof heights. Now you need to make a measurement from the bottom of the lip up here to the top of your wall here. This will be a reference measurement for later on so that we know we make the new mast the correct height to what your height used to be. Also, while we're here, we can make a measurement of the lower section of the old mast. Should be around 40 millimeters. Again, a reference for later on. Really important note, guys, if your measurement from the bottom of your roof to the top of the wall is greater than 1075 millimeters, you will need a longer stroke design mast. Please contact us and we'll be able to assist you with that. All right, let's get started. The first thing is to get our 800mm prop piece of timber and secure it up against the mast so we can bring the roof down. A quick note here, if you have a Jayco camper trailer that's 2015 or older, you will have a front winch. To access the bottom of that mast, you actually need to remove the winch out of the way. That will mean you'll also need to install 4 timber props in the corner of the camper. Okay, next we're going to grab our socket and ratchet set and we're going to unbolt the upper mast section that's located up inside the roof here. Now that we've unbolted the upper roof mount point, I realised that the roof bolt is significantly bent and the washer here is quite small. This is where you have the advantage of getting our roof bolt upgrade kit and being able to replace these components when you put your new Jackamast in. Two of the major benefits of the roof upgrade kit is that the new eye bolt has a much larger shoulder and 316 stainless steel. And also the small spacer you'll find that will come out of the roof, we've upgraded to a large nylon, larger diameter spacer to give it additional support. Okay, next we're going to jump inside the camper using our battery drill and we're going to remove the lower mounting bracket of the mast inside. There will be 4 screws. But please note, in the removal of your mast, if you're not optioning to use the Jacka roof upgrade kit or the new lower mounting brackets, you must maintain all the old hardware that you're using to fit the new mast. So this bracket here is the lower Jayco mount bracket standard with your old masts. This will be the optional upgrade, which is a Jackamast bracket. It has a window to be able to see the mast through it for good mounting. It's powder coated and thicker and stronger. On the lower mounting bracket, we have these 2 inside screws that mount to the mast and these 2 outside screws that mount the bracket to the wall. Okay, now that we have the roof unbolted and the lower mount bracket removed, so now we can remove our support strap. And we can use the middle section of this mast as a bit of a slide hammer effect just to overcome the small silicone seal on top of the mast here. And now the mast can slide up out of the wall. We can swing it into the camper, being careful to make sure the canvas is away from our spring in here. And now we have our old mast removed from your camper. So all you should have now is your lifting spring coming up out of the wall and a nice clear space for our new mast. All right, now it's time to install our brand new Jackamast. So we have our spring out the wall here. We're simply going to guide the new mast over the flexible push rod and guide it into place. Making sure that you have your Jacka logo facing out, and we simply guide it down the wall so we can now go inside and reinstall our new lower mount plate. All right, now we're inside. We're going to go about installing our mast lower mounting bracket. We will have these two central holes. We'll have screws mounting into the base of the mast, which you can see here, and the two outside holes will mount into the wall. Now, some of the key benefits we can see with the new Jacka mount bracket is we have a window in the center here, so we can ensure that we have securely mounted the mast to the bracket. Once the mast is secured to the bracket, we can align the outside holes with the wall and we can put in our wall mount screws. And that's it. Now we can see we've securely mounted our wall bracket and mast bracket to the mast and then to the wall. All right, now that we've installed the mast in the camper, we've got the bottom mount bracket on, we're going to secure the mast to the roof. Whilst mounting the roof to your new mast, if you've chosen to use your old bolts, make sure you've retained that hardware. And if you're using the new Jacka roof upgrade bolt kit, you can secure those parts now. Okay, now we're looking up here in the roof. We must ensure that we put in all the hardware that was used previously to mount the roof. That will be, in this camper, this supporting triangle. We are using the upgrade kit. We will have a poly guide, and then we can install the roof mount block up against that hardware. Once the block is on, we can put on our new washer and we can put on our new nut. Once all the hardware is in place, we can get our socket and our ratchet and we can tighten it all together. Okay, now we've secured all the hardware, we can slide on our little safety cap to protect our canvas, and the roof mount is done. Another important note, if you are installing the Jacka roof bolt upgrade kit, you will need to access the outside of the roof. Depending on what awning you have, you may have different variances on accessing that bolt. If it's a Fiamma awning, you may need to actually remove the Fiamma awning from the side of the roof. A roll out like this, maybe just pull it out, or a bag awning, you may be able to simply lift the bag awning up and remove the old bolt and install the new one. All right, now that we have our Jackamast installed, our roof bolt connection done, and our lower mast mount connection done, I'm going to put the roof back up to the full height. I'm going to check the overall finished roof height. I'll put my strap back on here so timber won't fall out, and up we go. Okay, now our roof has gone back up to the finished height. We're going to cross-check our roof height measurement, which we took earlier on. And if we need to do a roof height adjustment now, this is the time to do it. So on this camper, let's say I'm 5 mil short. What I can do to adjust now the height of your roof with the built-in mechanism for lifting and lowering the roof is we simply rotate this upper section. While we rotate this upper section, we're actually winding the roof bolt nut out of the mast, which will then in turn give us more height. Yep, and that's giving me the 5 mil that I need. While we're here, we can slide this ring up. This was purely here for transport and for installation, and we can cut it and we can remove it with a knife. That's it. Now, all we have to do left is to lock that roof height mechanism nut in place, and we're all finished, besides a little bit of silicone down the bottom. Okay, I've lowered the roof halfway down because we need to tighten up the lock nut on the roof height mechanism. So inside, simply need a shifter and 17mm spanner, and we're going to lock them off. An important note at the end of your install, if you have a winch in your camper trailer, as we've loosened cables off or removed the winch completely, please go around and recheck the tension of your cables and the cables are on the pulleys. Thank you so much for watching the video. We hope you enjoy our products. A huge amount of time and effort has gone into delivering a high quality product for you guys so you can enjoy your happy camping. Get out there and enjoy this amazing country. Thanks.